tip, minor seventh chords. We're going to look at a few open minor seventh chords, a couple important ones that you should be able to play. There really are only a few. A minor seventh chord is made up of a root, a flatted third, a fifth, and a flatted seventh. In the case of an A chord, that would be an A C would be the flatted third, an E would be the fifth, and a G natural would be the flatted seventh. So A minor 7 is one of the chords we'll look at. We'll also see D minor 7 and E minor 7. So here they are now. Minor 7 chords. There are 3 of them you can play in first position. A minor 7th chord, again, is made up of 3 notes. 4 notes. A root, a flatted third, a fifth, and a flatted 7th. Usually you create them by starting with a minor chord. In this case I have E minor. There are 2 ways I can make E minor 7, because what I need to do to this chord is add a D to it. I can either add a D open by taking my 3rd finger off, which leaves me with a chord that has 5 open strings in it. Not my first choice. You can also add a D up here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Now we have a really nice, soft, jazzy sounding minor 7 chord. E minor 7, that's the fingering we want for it. A minor 7, just like A minor, but we need to add an open G or a high G to this. In this case I prefer the open G for most things. So we've got your 1st finger on C, your 2nd finger on E, and the open G string in between. Now A minor 7 can be played with a high G if you're playing something like Rocky Raccoon, but we'll talk about that in a different tip. A minor 7. D minor 7 needs to be played with a partial bar. So you need 1 finger across 2 notes at the 1st fret. So we've got your 1st finger flattened out across the 1st and 2nd strings at the 1st fret, then your 2nd finger reaching over it. Now the difficult thing with this is not having this finger flatten out like your 1st finger. That's going to sound bad. Well, in this case it gave us a different chord. But we want our D minor 7 to sound like this. D, A, C, and F. With the 1st finger flattened out across the C and the F. So there are your 3 open minor 7 chords to start with.